Brothers and sisters, it is not just oligarchy we are dealing with right now. We are dealing with a president who undermines our Constitution every single day, who threatens our freedom of speech and assembly, and whose agents, as we speak.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you care about truth, justice, and what this country is supposed to stand for, you need to hear this. Today, we're diving into Bernie Sanders' recent speech where he absolutely calls out Donald Trump, not just as a political opponent, but as a direct threat to the very fabric of American democracy. And listen, this isn't about Democrats or Republicans anymore. This is about whether or not we want to live in a country where the Constitution still means something. Let's watch the video.
Are rounding up innocent people off the streets, throwing them into unmarked vans, and taking them to detention centers in this country or elsewhere. Can you imagine? I don't know if some of you saw some of these videos. Woman walks down the street, suddenly car stops. These guys come in plain clothes, masks on, throw her into a car, and whisk her off someplace. Happened in Vermont today. That is what happens in dictatorships, not in democracies. We're not going to let Trump and his friends get away with that. And again, I don't care whether you're a conservative or a progressive. Men and women have fought to defend our democracy and our Constitution. And we're not going to let Trump destroy that Constitution. What this guy wants is more and more power. You know, the guys who wrote the Constitution back in the 1790s were nobody's fools. And they wrote a Constitution which had a separation of powers. You all remember reading about that in the 5th grade? You know, you got an executive branch, you got a legislative branch, you got a judiciary. And each one of those branches keeps a check on the other one. And day after day, what Trump is doing is trying to take power away from the Congress. He's trying to take power away from the judiciary. And right now, he's going after the media. I don't know if any of you saw it. He is now wanting to take away CBS's license because they did a story that criticized him. Oh, my word, CBS criticized him. Oh, let's drive them out of business. How terrible is that? He has sued ABC. He has sued Meta. He has sued the Des Moines Register. This guy cannot take criticism. He can dish it out all right, but he can't take it. And I say to Mr. Trump, if you can't take criticism, get out of the political process. This is a democracy. And if you can believe it, he is going after law firms that represented clients who are in opposition to Trump. And some of these cowardly law firms have caved in. You know, one might think that the function of a large, multi-billion-dollar law firm is to defend the rule of law, not cave in to Donald Trump. And he is putting pressure on universities as well. Good news is Harvard University today said, go to hell. During World War II, when the United States of America and our allies were fighting fascism in the East and in Europe, 400,000 men and women died to defend American freedom. We take, as Americans, as the longest standing democracy on earth, as a country that the whole world has historically looked up to. And they say, we want to be like America. We love the American Constitution. We respect their democracy. We take democracy seriously. We will not allow Trump to undermine our way of life. Too many people have fought and died to defend democracy.
Bernie opened by saying what many of us have felt in our gut for a long time. We're not just dealing with oligarchy, we're dealing with authoritarianism. He talks about federal agents literally picking people off the streets, mask on, unmarked vans. You've probably seen those videos. And let's be clear, that is not law enforcement. That is what dictatorships do. That is what regimes do when they want to scare people into silence. Not in America. Not on our watch. Bernie reminds us of something we should have all learned in the 5th grade, separation of powers. Executive, legislative, judicial. These branches are designed to keep each other in check. But Trump? Trump wants unchecked power. He's tried to sideline Congress, discredit judges, and now he's targeting the press. This isn't just ego. This is a calculated effort to break the system so he can operate above it. Now let's talk about CBS. Bernie mocks Trump, rightfully so, for throwing a tantrum because CBS dared to criticize him. Oh my word, CBS said something he didn't like? Better try to strip their license, right? What kind of fragile wannabe authoritarian nonsense is that? This isn't just unpresidential. It's anti-American. The First Amendment wasn't a suggestion. It's a cornerstone of our democracy. And then there's the part that really stings. Trump's suing media outlets left and right, ABC, Meta, even the Des Moines Register. And now he's attacking the law firms that dare represent anyone who opposes him. And you know what? Some of them caved. Multi-billion-dollar law firms, supposedly defenders of the law, folded to a bully with a big platform. That's cowardice. And it's dangerous. But not everyone caved. Bernie gave a shout out to Harvard for standing tall when Trump came knocking. And look, you don't have to love Harvard to respect that moment. Because in times like this, resistance isn't optional. It's necessary. When the rule of law is under attack, when the press is under siege, and when academic freedom is threatened, we need institutions to act like they matter. Bernie takes us back to World War II. 400,000 Americans died fighting fascism. Think about that. They didn't die so a reality TV con man could dismantle the country from inside the Oval Office. They died because they believed in freedom, justice, and democracy. And those words can't just be slogans we slap on bumper stickers. They have to mean something. We owe it to them and to ourselves to fight for that meaning every single day. America used to be a beacon. Not perfect, never perfect, but a model of constitutional democracy. If we let Trump rewrite the rules so he's the only one who wins, we lose that legacy. And we lose the respect of the world. If we stop defending our values, who are we anymore? That's not patriotism. That's betrayal dressed up in a red tie. So yeah, Bernie's fired up. And we should be fired up too. This is not the time for neutrality. This is not the time for both sides. One side is defending democracy. The other side is dismantling it. We don't need to be quiet. We need to be loud, organized, and relentless. Because democracy doesn't die in a fireball. It dies in silence. It dies when good people look away. So if you're a patriot, if you love this country, stand with Bernie, stand with the Constitution, and stand up against the rise of authoritarianism. Not tomorrow. Now, if this message hit you hard, hit that like button. Share it. Subscribe for more unapologetically progressive, patriotic takes. Drop a comment below and let me know how you're fighting back. Because we're in this together, and we don't back down.